Hi guys, this is yours truly, Empress Chassie Wormington, aka All That Chaz, aka Lupus Slayer. Please forgive me for running late and not oh and not doing my show on the time frame that I initially scheduled it. I'm still having a flare up. I'm not feeling well at all. I'm still very weak and lethargic. Um, just having some complications right now with my health. But I still wanted to at least come on here and talk about love, sex, and intimacy because too often people confuse high infatuation, and high attraction with love, and it has nothing to do with love. You could be extremely highly infatuated with someone and it'll feel like genuine love, sincere love, but the test always comes, and every time, most times, it proves to the person who thought that it was love that it was never love in the first place. And not only that, people feel because they have a quote unquote, oh, we have chemistry. You can have chemistry with anybody. Prostitutes have chemistry. Pimps have chemistry. Sugar daddies have chemistry. It doesn't mean animals have chemistry, but it doesn't mean that they're trying to solidify you as their mate or as their lifetime partner, for the rest of their lives, or even any parts of their life other than just that moment or during the time that they want to have that sexual experience with you. And just because somebody have a sexual experience with you, meaning sexual intercourse, does not mean that it's intimacy either. Because again, you think about animals, there's not most animals, they don't have intimacy, they just have relations. It's a big difference. And then even with people, you have prostitutes, male and female prostitutes, and they just have sex for the money, and they really have no emotional connection, no type of intimate feelings or anything. They're just like, okay, I'm a body, I'm here to have sex. Let's get it done and over with, and the rest is history. So we do have people with that kind of mindset. So we have to always remember that, and to not confuse love with sex and sex with intimacy. And all three of them have their own parts, separate parts. So, what I would like to do, I'll be like the school teachers, but the school teachers be like, oh, let's turn to page together to page such and such such. So we're gonna look up these um, look up these words. But before I do that, I absolutely must give a shout out to. Um, I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I must give my shouts out to my sponsors, Deeper Entertainment, GT Digital. They are business partners, official business partners with Universal Music Group and other and other major record platforms, music platforms. I'm sorry, music platforms. So big shout out to them, and congrats to Nero the King on his solidification of being a mainstream artist now. Proud of you. So big shout out to them. So any music artist that's out there, you really want to get with a music label, a management company that is going to really strive and press for you, and get you the kind of exposure that you need, really try, just push your music. So Deep Entertainment is definitely the place to go for that. Also big shout out to Feisty by Wisdom Cosmetics, that I have on the rouge. I don't have on any of the eyeshadow, but I do have eyeshadow that I get from her. But I am wearing the lip gloss from Feisty by Wisdom, one of my sponsors that provides me with cosmetics, um, so that I can not be too scary, especially when I'm literally having flare ups while I'm doing live like I am now. But thank you for, for sponsoring me. Also, to Yardi Organic Products for providing me with soaps and skin products, organic products for my skin to keep my skin glowing. See, a lot of people think I wear like foundation and makeup like that, but I do not. I don't wear it at all. I just use cleanser. I cleanse my face real good with the organic face soaps and products, and then I just put some shea butter on it to give it a little shine. And that's all I do. I don't use rouge. I mean, not sorry. I do use rouge, which is the blush, but I don't use foundation. Contouring. Guys, my rabbit is literally over here. Mystic, what are you doing? Get out that trash can. He's like a dog. Oh my gosh, get out that trash can. There's absolutely nothing in there. What do you want? It's nothing in the trash can. It's completely empty. I changed the lining and everything. He's like all up in it. Anyway, so big shout out to them. Also to Tima's accessory. I don't have on any of the accessories that I get from Tima accessories, but I do get most of my accessories from Tima accessories. Tima accessories sponsors me every now and again because have to make money. So I understand that. And I have no problem with that because it's very cheap. It's only $5 for all of their pieces, $5. So I glam out for $5, guys. Anyway, so let's move forward. So let's go and look up the word sex together and what sex means. And tell me, guys, what sex means to you because sex means different things to different people. Some people see sex as just they only identify sex with gender or sexual preferences like male, female, neutral, you know so it all depends on what your definition of sex is, but we're going to go by the dictionary right here. As a matter of fact, you know they've changed so much of the definitions these days. You know what I'm going to do, since it's a verb, I'm going to look in my thesaurus. That's what I'm going to do. I told you guys, look, I got books galore. Y'all see my book? I do not be playing, okay? I got my book for my law, and stuff, because I be studying. I tell people, self-educate yourselves. Don't be waiting for nobody to educate you. Self-educate yourself. So I'm going to get my thesaurus, and I'm going to put on my nerd gear. But that's a sexy nerd, right? So we're going to look at the word sex. And I'm going to tell you, you guys can look it up on the internet. You tell me what it means on the internet, and I'm going to tell you what this means in the thesaurus. This thesaurus was published, I'm sorry, in 1976, I believe. Let me see. Yes, 1976. So this is the 1976 version thesaurus. So we're going to publish thesaurus, not version. Publish thesaurus. So let's see what is stated in 1976, what sex means. Okay. All right. Okay, so woo. Okay, sex got a lot of dang on freaking definitions. They're just doing too much thesaurus. This thesaurus is doing way too much. Now, wait a minute. Can y'all believe this thesaurus do not have the word sex in it? Maybe I'm overlooking. Let me see here. Severely, so up, sexy, shabby. I mean, how they gonna jump over the word sex? This thesaurus. You know what? I'm gonna have to give you a dang on L thesaurus because I needed you to be on point. You're supposed to help me. You know what? See, trying to do something. We ain't going there. Sex. Either there's different types of Look, just look it up. There's different types of um, definitions for it. Present something in a more interesting or lively way. Um, Determine the sex of, like a gender, whatever, chiefly with references of people's sexual activities, including specifically sexual intercourse. Um, Either of the two main categories, male and female, into which humans and most other living things are divided on the basis of their reproductive function. So that's just paraphrasing what sex is. So just bottom line, really, sexual intercourse. So anybody can have sexual intercourse without being intimate. And before we even go to the intimacy, I jumped over something which is love because I wanted to do with love. So love. Before I give a definition of intimacy, let's go with the definition of love first and see what it says about love, because a lot of people abuse that word love like they used to abuse the word friend. Don't use these words unless you mean them. You know, I do have a genuine love for people, period. And so I can't say that I just have a genuine love for people. I may not like people, but I have a genuine love for humanity. Yeah, I guess that's the best way to say it. So you're a human. I do until you give me a reason not to. But okay, love in the thesaurus. It means the feeling which animates a person who is genuinely fond of someone or something, like a mother for her child. Also, the synonym of the word love, which is a noun, means affection, attachment, devotion, fondness, um, liking, regard, adoration, alletary, um, piety, worship, alliance, fealty, fidelity, loyalty, emotion, sentiment, crush, infatuation. Remember, I was telling you guys, some people have a lot, have infatuation that is so strong that they think that it's love, but it's not love. You can have a high infatuation for someone and not really love them. It's kind of like a person who's kind of obsessed, because remember, if you idolize somebody, remember that falls under part of this is the thesaurus of the synonym in real of the word love. So you do have people that are like that. They're very affectionate and passionate people. Like I'm one of those. I'm an extremely passionate person. I'm very affectionate. So I can't do that straddling the fence kind of love. Like either I'm going to love you or I'm not. I can't pretend to kind of love you. Either I'm going to love you or I'm not going to love you. So that's just how it is for me. To each his or her own. But for me, I can't straddle it. If I don't love you, I don't love you. That's all there is to it. You know, I mean, like on that level of the point to where the love can form into where the love is, which love is intimacy. So let me tell you guys how that goes. Why I say love is intimacy, but love is not in intimacy has nothing to do with sex. So I already told you guys what the definition for sex is. Y'all supposed to be looking this up anyway. So you got to do your own thing on homework. We all go to turn together. We're going to go to intimacy for the look at the word intimacy, guys. And we're going to go from there. Okay. And then I want to break this all the way down. I got my candles and stuff, trying to set them smooth, kind of give you guys a little got my little lingerie teddy, but I couldn't pull it down too low and stuff like that because my girls, well, they ain't little, but they just too much, and they trying to do all of that. So let's see. Intimacy is experience, familiarity, inwardness, connote, hint, imply, insinuate, attest, bespeak, betoken, indicate, air, expression, utter, vent, voice, affirm, assert, avouch, aver, declare, profess, intimacy, deep seated, elemental, essential, inborn, inbreed, indwelling, ingrained, innate. So, I mean, and it goes on and on. There's so many different types of intimacy. So, with that stated is, it's like, okay, say for instance, you like your parents. If you have a good and close relationship with your parents, that is a form of intimacy because you adore them, you love them, you're sentimental towards them, and you care for them, and in a way that is more that's more personal than just, say for instance, you know how sometimes we see something, we be like, oh, I love it, but we don't love it like in a passionate way or to a point of endearment. It's just that it's just a something that we say as a phrase. But so when people say that they love something, they have to be careful with that. You can't abuse that word. And love and intimacy are not the same. Um, and sex and intimacy and sex and love are nowhere near correlated at all. Sex is something that people just do because it feels good. Let's just be realistic. If you get the right person, okay, and our hormones are going to have make us have those feelings anyway. So we're going to have these feelings of 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 having the need and the want of sex, but it doesn't mean that, because you know what, you can be so horny and aroused that you can have sex with somebody and don't even know who the hell they are, don't know anything about it. You can just be doing, as they say, a smash and run, a hit and run, a drive by, drive through, whatever, hit it, quit it, one night stand, all these different, terminologies they have for it. So, and you don't have no kind of love for that person, and there's no intimacy there at all. You're just damn horny. So you having sex. It happens all the time. People do it all the time. So sex, just because somebody has sex with you doesn't mean that they love you and doesn't mean that they're being intimate with you. And what happens, especially with women, I have to say this, being a woman and what I have seen, it's more easy for us to psychologically connects good sex or sex with love and intimacy. Because a lot of times we as women, I know what the women I know are very passionate and very sensual, um, very sexy, and you know, and love to embrace and love to love. Like me love to love. But just because I love to love doesn't mean somebody will love me back in the same light. So you have to balance that, because sex and love and sex and intimacy doesn't have anything to do with each other. Let's see. Thank you for watching, for anybody and everyone who's watching too. How many bodies are two? Let me see. Let me go to the chats right quick, guys. Give me a minute. Oh, I'm sorry, my nail all in the way. Oh gosh. Look, guys, we got some groupies up in here. We got people that's coming in. Um, And I know they're just being, some of them are just being idiots or whatever because they're like asking really foolish questions. Like, I don't entertain asinineness like that. Everybody can have their opinion and everything. I don't knock people's opinion, but what I don't do is entertain idiocy. So let me go on here right quick, guys. Y'all bear with me because I got to get some trolls off. That's going to be asking some really disrespectful questions. Um, but yeah, so you have people that confuse sex with love and intimacy, and they confuse intimacy with sex, and they confuse intimacy. Well, when you have love, you have a sense of intimacy with a person. So that is just realistic. You can't love somebody and not, I mean, like truthfully, genuinely love them and not have a sense of intimacy with them. It doesn't work. It doesn't go hand in glove like that. So you either you're going to love or you're going to hate. There's no in between. See, when you start straddling like that and you allow people to stray you along that path, it makes that's why people cannot identify what real love is. A lot of people cannot identify what high infatuation is. That's why it's, even if you take time to really get to know a person, if the person that's courting you or you're courting isn't familiar with what real genuine love is, um, it doesn't matter how much you try to express love to them. They're not going to be able to appreciate the love. Not only they're not going to only be not to appreciate the love, but they're not going to know how to reciprocate it back to you because they don't understand or know what love is. So you can't expect somebody who do not know what love is to understand how to love. And so, you have, let's see, let me see, we got this idiot right here. Let's see here. Um, I'm going to block this person and I'm going to also, uh, let's see, let's just do, I don't know why they don't have sexual harassment on here. That's like so stupid. Hey, this is dumb. Well, how they not have something about sexual harassment? Yeah. Okay, so just leave me alone. Read it yourself. Like, damn, y'all see? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to stop using Twitch. Twitch just do too much. But anyway, I'm sorry guys, because I have to remove these comments because this person is just doing too much. So I have to literally go in here and delete all of their comments. Dismiss. Um, let me see. I'm just gonna have to close this. I actually thought I did this already. Block. Let me see here. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why Twitch have it like this. I don't like it at all. So Because they make it too, it's just too complicated just for you to even to do something so simple. You got to go through all these unnecessary steps. Like it's just ridiculous. This is crazy. I do not understand this. Wow. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to contact their support because um I got some had some trolls in there that was just doing really stupid stuff. So some people are asking legitimate questions, but then you got some, you got people that come in there and you just want to do the most. So let's see here. I'm sorry, guys. I have to now go on my website to see if any of these, because I don't want these comments to be showing up my um, on my live. So I'm gonna have to see if they have corrected this issue. Let me go to my talk show. But anyway, either here or there, sex is, people think sex and and love has any correlation when they absolutely do not. And again, just understand you can have sex with a person and not love them. They can have sex with you and not love you, not have any kind of feelings towards you, none whatsoever. Um, Not have any type of, yeah, high chat. Like it's not even showing me this. Like I'm looking and I don't even see high chat. I see when I go right here to the settings, it doesn't show me high chat. What it does, it just shows options or the appearance of chats and stuff like that. I'll pop out, but it's not showing me an option to actually um hide the chat. So that's like, I don't know, that's stupid. But yeah, anyway, but yeah, you have people that think sex and intimacy are the same things and they're not. So whenever you have somebody coming to you and they want to say they love you and all of this stuff, you have to really understand where their mindset is. You got to really understand where they're coming from. You got to really understand what their true intentions and motives are because sometimes people, their motives are not what you want it to be. And the thing about it is, we put expectations on people because we want we are hoping that they will meet those expectations because that's what we want from them. That's what we like to see from them. But it doesn't mean that, you know, they are being sincere towards us, and that they have our best interests at heart. So, you have to, what the hell? So you have to make sure that whenever you're engaging, when you get in a relationship with someone, you got to really understand what love is. Not only what love is, but what intimacy is. You need to understand what high infatuation is, infatuation period, effectuation, okay, infatuation. And you have to understand the difference between sex and intimacy, because you don't have to have sex or intercourse to be intimacy. A lot of times, I know from my own experience, a lot of people that I know have always incorporated sex with, um, have referred to sex as if, okay, we're in sex and we're in love and this um and we could do this together and we could do that together. um you know we can we can have this together and that together, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the person is genuine towards you. So even if you're having sex with this person, doesn't mean that they're into you. It doesn't mean that they love you and they are vibing with you and feeling you, you know? So you have to be careful with that, because a lot of people confuse that all the time. And I'm so sorry, guys, that you guys have to see me go through all of this, but I just wish I could show you all this nonsense, this mess, how they really, they really going to have to do something different, because the way they have this set up, I kid you guys not, it is like crazy. Like I can't just do something simple. Like it got me all over the place. I'm not able to just simplify things. I can't just go in here and block somebody. And then like I was able to go on my website and I was able to block the chat feature, which it should have been blocked, right? It's been hidden in blocks where nobody can send any chat messages. But when I looked, it actually didn't block them. It didn't block. So I don't understand what's going on, but all I do know is that they need to fix it, because this is crazy that I have to even be dealing with all of this nonsense with Twitch. It's uh in here. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna play a commercial, guys, and I'll be back to finalize this, because I mean it's just, a lot of people are lost and they out here thinking they're in love and they're in complete lust and infatuation. It has nothing to do with love at all. And they don't realize that it has nothing to do with love, because they only know love based on what they've been told, what they've been seen, what they assume, what their perspective is, and what their view is of love, but they don't really know what love is. They don't know the difference between love and intimacy and sex. They don't realize that sex doesn't have anything to do with love nor intimacy. So, you just got a lot of people out here just lost like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play this commercial, guys, and I'll be right back. Hey, get your live stream ad slots on a platform with celebrity followers, big rated speakers, business gurus, and more. Go to www.zhenllc.com/services to learn more. Thank you so very much for your support, and don't hesitate, get your slots today. Be a hero or hero in someone's life by supporting my Gloves On campaign, advocating for those battling life-threatening chronic illnesses and diseases and disabilities. You can support by making a donation, signing my petition, and or sharing my Gloves On campaign with as many people as possible. Just go to www.zhenllc.com to get more details. Thank you so very much for caring. What's up, everyone? This is yours truly, April's Chassie Wormington, aka All That Chaz, aka Lupus Slayer. Join me every Tuesday and every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my Let's Talk People talk show. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you guys there. Greetings, beautiful people. I am celebrity events host, MC, advocate, brand ambassador, speaker, community activist, designer,
and talk show host Chazzy Warmington, aka All That Chaz, aka Little Slayer. Book me to host or speak at your next event. I provide full service press kits, business consultations, interviews, and more. I'm an advocate for those battling chronic illnesses and diseases causing disabilities.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching the commercials. But yeah, guys, really learn and understand what love and intimacy is. If you don't know, ask. It's okay to ask for help if you're not sure. Get some dang on dictionary. Go online for everything else, and do research and find out stuff about these celebrities or buy new phones and new, stuff like that. So use that same, have that same energy and tenacity to find out what love, intimacy, and sex are because they are all different. And that's why a lot of relationships fall apart because you have people they'll get together, they go out on a date, they might, have sex the first night or whatever at the first meet, and they're cling to each other. But that's because there's just infatuation there. There's not love. Rarely do you have people who meet like that and they're still together. They marry happily married at that because you got a lot of people that's married. They're not happily married. They just too loyal of a person to walk away, or they're too embarrassed to walk away, because they know that how they met the person and they realized that they made a mistake, and their family was telling them, and friends was telling them, you don't know them well enough to be getting married and all this. It's not real love, and they don't want to admit. You got people that are stay in an unhappy, miserable relationship and or marriage just to just because of their ego and their pride, because they don't want to admit that they messed up. Bump that. I messed up. I screwed up. Hell, shoot, I'm freeing myself. Bump that. I go. I move on. Children, I know that even if there's children involved, guess what? I can still be an active parent in my children's life. But I'm not going to stay in this miserable, unhappy marriage. No. And some people just intentionally allow themselves to become desensitized to the abuse that they deal with and being unhappy and being miserable. They just become desensitized to it to the point where to them it's okay. It's no problem. Everybody else seeing this big issue. Everybody sees a problem, but they have adapted and adopted. What else can you do when someone refuses to acknowledge their mistakes and walk away from a situation that is not good and healthy for them? They stay in toxicity, in a toxic relationship, a toxic marriage, and that's what happens when people confuse sex with intimacy and love, and they don't realize that to have real love, you have to have intimacy too. They go together. Now, those two do go together. Love and intimacy do go together. I mean, like real, true, genuine love. If you have genuine, true love for somebody, you have intimacy for that person because the intimacy is a bond. It's like a way of endearment. It's sentimental. It's compassion. Um, and genuine compassion, genuine, faithfulness, loyalty. You're not going to want to do anything to hurt the person intentionally, even if the temptation come. When you have true love for somebody, even when that temptation come, no matter how strong the urges are, you're not going to give in to it because you have that intimacy with the love. If you do not have the intimacy with the love, then it's not love, it's infatuation. It's somebody just don't want to be alone. It's somebody just trying to get by, or somebody who is going through the motion and not realize they're going through the motion. Somebody who is used to just having a warm body and they want to have that warm body on, next to them on a regular basis. Um, and not wanting to spread themselves out with all these different people. So they just, become comfortable. They make themselves available, and they tolerate it until it gets to the point where the truth ends up coming flourishing out. That's why you have men and women after being together for so many years, they'll separate, the marriage or the relationship will fall apart because what was really embedded in that person um, is coming to surface, coming to the light. And not only that, if the person did not get with you, even if they try to learn to love you, trying to learn to love somebody and just like, okay, well, I will eventually love them. You can't just force love like that. It has to be, it's a genuine emotion, a genuine feeling, a genuine attribute. And it has to be genuine towards the person, not forced. Because if it tries to, you try to force yourself to love someone, you're not going to love them. You're going to drive yourself damn crazy and probably drive them crazy too, and everybody else around you crazy, especially the children. That's why some of these children so out of control and crazy and just they grow up to crazy, bat-ish crazy at that adults. So we had to be careful with that, okay? So yeah, man, it's tea right here that I made, guys. It is so dope. My little rabbit is literally right here sleeping. He is so cute. But yeah, thanks for watching out. But that's all I need to say. I'm good. I hope you guys learned something from this. But just understand there's a significant difference between intimacy, sex, and love. Because just remember, there's a lot of prostitutes out here, and they don't love, their johns. They just have sex with them for the money, and a lot of times not even for the pleasure either. So that's another thing. There's no intimacy there. It's just for the money. So always understand that, and before you commit to a relationship, and especially a marriage, and make sure that you and the person really understand the difference between love, sex, and intimacy. Understand, to have love you have to have intimacy, but you don't have to have love to be intimate. Yeah, did you know that you can be intimate with a person and not have love? You know why? Because that thing called infatuation. Infatuation can make you be intimate with somebody and you can have that temporary connection with them, but it doesn't mean that it's love. It's just an infatuation. It was just an emotion. It's gone. Now this person, next thing you know, you seeing them getting married to somebody else. Kind of remind me, I'm not trying to, you know, shade nobody, but it's kind of like how Biggie, when he was alive and how he was with Lil Kim. And then all of a sudden, after smashing Lil Kim, and stuff like that. And she's thinking they have this connection, this relationship, and they would just have a relations the whole time where he was, but she didn't think so. She didn't know it was he was seeing it as just relations. What happened? He ended up marrying Faith Evans. I think it was like a few days after that or something like that. I mean, but she's cool with it because she feels like if it wasn't for him, she would still be, she wouldn't have the success that she have, and wouldn't have became a mainstream music artist. So, to her, she still won because she's living a lavish lifestyle. But that's neither here or there. But anywho, you guys take care. Thanks for watching. God bless, one love, peace, and I'm out like a light.